here with Australian Electric Vehicle Association, I believe, and they have a lot of cars which are modified cars, so you don't need to buy an electric car. Looks like a lot of people are converting the original older cars with some serious EV kit. Right, so here's a Beetle.
We have an awesome motor in here.
Is that the one with the motor?
That's a car. 1971 Beetle, 88 kilowatts.
Oh, yeah.
It's got Tesla batteries in it. Very popular car now, the Beetle. Here's another interesting vehicle, three-wheeler. It's actually registered. And it looks like the motor is built into the rear wheel. Looks like an Android system. Pretty sure an electric vehicle. Chris, what's your name?
Hey, I'm Isaac.
Yeah, Isaac, nice to meet you. What can you tell me about this car?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the ANU solar racing car. This is called Solar Spirit. This is our part of racing the October Bridgestone World Solar Challenge.
Yeah.
We're hoping to drive the full 3,000 k's under the sun.
Sure. No worries. So how solar? So I know this has been going on quite a few years now. What's been the major improvements in these cars in, say, the last 5 years, 10 years?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I would say that the solar cells themselves have stayed at a relatively similar efficiency. They're all sort of sitting at a medium, sort of a little bit over 23%, up to 25%. But the batteries have had a lot of improvements over the past year. So we have about a 5 kilowatt hour battery.
Yeah.
Using the latest LG cells, and we've fit it into the car. So one of the trickiest problems with fitting a battery into the car is the profile that you need. So you want the solar car to have a really aerodynamic slim profile. So the battery needs to fit in a really tight position.
Are they like a 2165 type battery?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So what's the capacity of one cell? Is it the 3.2? I think they are.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that
something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Something like that.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
So basically you're still using just everyday cells that people can buy.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
amazing. Yeah.
Same with the solar cells. I mean, these are, you can buy these if you want them for your roof.
Yeah.
They're a little bit more expensive. They're from Maxion. They're sun power cells.
Yeah.
But they are commercially available. So
Sure.
to use them too. Yeah.
All right. Okay, I can't think of any more questions to ask you. What sort of wheels do you have on these cars?
Custom carbon fibre wheels.
Yeah.
So the rims are made by a sailing company.
Yeah.
They do sailing commercial company.
Sure.
And we've got Bridgestone Solar Challenge tyres specifically made for them.
So from an EV perspective, I have a BYD Atto 3.
Cool.
You obviously know all about rolling resistance and things of that nature. What would you say would it be is it better to have a wider tyre or a skinnier tyre?
Yeah, you want a really skinny tyre. You want a small tyre as possible. You want a small surface for your rolling resistance. And you want as limited number of wheels as possible as well.
Yeah.
So for a normal car, you're sort of restricted to the 4 wheels, but we've actually got 3 wheels on this car, 2 at the front, 1 at the back.
Yeah.
It significantly reduces our rolling resistance.
Right. Okay. So you would recommend not getting a wider 2.3. So at the moment these cars come with a 215 tyre. You wouldn't recommend going to a 235. Do you think there'll be a percentage loss?
Ooh, I would have no idea. So I think it would depend on you.
So I've got Ali with me here talking about looks like a very powerful solar car. So what can you tell me about the car, Ali? How many? I see it's got heaps of solar panels. So how far can you run this car on solar, or is it just purely on solar, or is it got
No, so
batteries?
it's not purely on solar. It has a battery behind it.
Yeah.
It has a 38 kilowatt battery.
Yeah.
The solar panels is about 1.5 kilowatt hours.
1.5 kilowatt hours. Okay. Yeah.
So you get a full charge in about 30 hours.
30 hours. Yeah.
A bit less actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this car has a range of like 1,300 kilometers.
Yeah.
We recently did 1,000 kilometers at 85 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
In under 12 hours.
Right. And what's the top speed of this car?
Theoretical top speed of 140.
140. And do you need to have full sun for that to operate? No. So the batteries take most of the load.
Yeah.
So
So the solar recharges the battery as
Yeah.
you're driving or relevant power.
all right.
Really.
So when you're driving in full sun, the solar doesn't actually provide any power.
It does. It regenerates the battery
Yeah.
even while you're driving.
Sure. No worries. And I see it's a 4-seater. How much does this weigh?
So the car weighs about 400 kilos.
400. Yeah. Right. Very good. All right. And when was this one built?
So this was built just recently finished. It started in 2021.
Yeah.
And it took about 18 months to build this car.
Sure. And how many kilowatts is the motor in this
So
one?
the motor, I'm actually not sure about the motor's kilowatts. I think it's about 70, I want to say.
70, yeah.
80 kilowatts.
Yes.
But yeah.
So yeah, I've got a BYD that has 150 kilowatts and it pushes 1,800 kilos. So
Yeah.
so for that size motor, that'd be quite a fast car.
Yeah.
Yeah. No worries. All right. Thanks for that. And see you around.
So yeah.
I'll just have a little scan at the front.
Yeah.
Thanks. So this is a new generation car, and looks almost like an Audi. This is going to Ali. I think he said 1.5 kilowatt hours the solar panels on this car can generate. Here we have a Carmen Ghia, which is the Porsche. Well, it originally started from Porsche, I think. So you can probably see a few 911 lines in this one. And what do we got here? 355 volts. Wow. So 950 kilos of car. So how many kilowatts is this done? What do we say? It's a very top-course sort of car. And looks like a large motor in the back here. It's a Tesla motor. Very neat. A lot better than a petrol engine. And a Volkswagen in the making.
All have to have an electrical background to make a difference in the energy
1966.
space. And I think it's about people opening mindsets, thinking
40
differently
kilowatt.
and creating
40 kilowatt motor.
to get the same outcome, but actually a much better outcome. So that's what we need to do. It starts from the top. It starts by crafting jobs, and it starts by.
I'm just here with Garth from ENG Motor Group, and he's going to talk to us about this little motocross bike we've got here. So Garth, what can you tell me about this bike?
So this is the KFN F80 range.
Yep.
So we're the exclusive importers for Australia and New Zealand, the Moto Group, ENG. The KFN comes in 3 different models. It's the Trail, which is the off-road version.
Yeah.
We're going through homologation at the moment to make the fully road legal as well. So the road legal version will be available towards the end of the year, or mid-year we're hoping at the moment. The road version is the dual sport, so
Yep.
identical to this, but simply just with some indicators to meet the ADR requirements.
Sure.
We also offer the tarmac version as well. The tarmac is a bit more of a purely street version as well. Comes with 3 different battery options: the 30
Yep.
amp hour battery, 32 or 48 amp hour battery. It's a weldless frame,
Yeah.
which I think you'll agree is pretty stunning.
Yeah, no,
inside.
looks very,
Yeah.
very compact.
Absolutely.
How many kilowatts has
So
this
it's
one
an
got?
8 kilowatt motor.
Yeah.
Very fast. Its top speed is around about 90 kilometers an hour, but it
Sure.
achieves that in just 4.8 seconds. So
Yeah,
it's
right.
very,
yeah.
very fast.
Yeah,
bike.
yeah.
We have a patent battery cooling system here,
Yeah.
which is oil cooled, which maintains the battery cooling at about 5 degrees the
Yeah.
whole time. Great for cold weather, really, really good for the heat as well. Regen system as well, built in as well. We offer a couple of different options as well in terms of tyre size as well.
Sure.
18 and 19-inch tyres.
So if you were to take this bike out for trail riding, say
Yeah.
on the weekend and all that, how much can you expect to get out of the largest battery?
So with the largest, the 48 amp hour battery, testing obviously depends on how you're actually using it, but
Yeah.
up to about 150 kilometres. So really, really good range.
So yeah, so that's easily a weekend.
More
probably
than enough, absolutely. More than enough,
Yeah.
absolutely. So just a 2-hour charge time as well.
Yeah. So if an equivalent, I say this would be equivalent to what a sort of internal combustion engine, what about 500 cc, something like that?
Around about a 250,
250?
is probably the
Yeah.
comparison. 252 stroke
Yeah.
is probably a comparable size.
Sure.
There's nothing like it in the market at the moment
Yeah.
in terms of the price points. It starts at $9,000
Yeah.
delivered to your door.
Awesome. And so what would a normal 250 two-stroke bike be cost?
So, well, it really depends. I mean,
So
I guess
you-
the bottom end of the market is probably 6.5, 7 grand, and
So
the
you're
top end
pretty
is
close.
very,
Yeah.
very close.
Yeah.
But then keep in mind, no servicing, no petrol,
Yeah.
no oil,
Yeah.
nothing to worry about
Yeah.
whatsoever.
So it's,
it pays for itself really
yeah.
over the
Yeah.
course of a year or two.
Yeah, right. So it's a start and ride sort of thing. You don't have to worry about anything.
Absolutely,
Yeah, so it makes, won't ruin your weekend.
No, absolutely. It's great. I mean, the only thing
Yeah.
you really ever got to change is just the brake pads and
Yeah.
and the chain maintenance, really.
Right, Garth, thanks very much
Not
for
at
that.
all.
All right,
Anytime.
all the best.
Thank
See
you.
ya. Hi, I'm just with Luke from NRMA here, and he's going to talk about the Kempower chargers we look like NRMA might be installing. So here they are. What can you tell me about this one, Luke?
So these are a 350 kilowatt charger.
Yep.
You can charge one car at 350 kilowatts
Yep.
or two cars at 175 kilowatts. These are going to be part of a 4-bay setup.
Sure.
There'll be 2 of these. So we can charge up to 4 cars at the same time.
Yeah. So has this been tested to reach the ADO free? It looks like they're nice long cables.
Yes. Yeah.
So
yeah.
'cause
You can
as-
Yeah.
So obviously the Olympic Park, I don't know if you work there or not, but I have to reverse park to get the cable.
Okay, yeah.
So it's because it's on the other side of the car, so it's a bit
Yeah.
annoying. But yeah, this looks like it's going to be really long.
Yeah.
So-
You can actually get longer
Yeah.
leads if
Oh
need
yeah.
be as
I think
well.
that's way enough because it's got the flexibility there as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So all right, whereabouts are these ones going in?
So there's going to be 15 locations through New South Wales.
Yep.
Some of them include Bathurst,
Yep.
up near Port Macquarie. There's going
Yeah.
to be a site, a good scatter throughout Metro and regional New South Wales.
Do you have any plans to put any more in the Sydney metropolitan area?
Yes.
Yes.
We're possibly
Awesome.
doing an 8-bay setup within the Sydney metro area.
Okay, awesome. And is that the only one, or is there just that?
Then we're going to probably do one in possibly out south, west Sydney,
Yep.
western Sydney,
Yep.
one around the Penrith area.
Sure.
There'll be one in northern Sydney,
Yeah.
more like the Newcastle area.
Yep.
So we've got a good spread to cover most of the
All right.
area.
Well, this looks really slimline. So I guess there's a couple of cabinets
Yes.
that are 4 or 5 meters from the charger,
Yep.
or something like
Depending
that.
on location, there'll be a set of cabinets. There'll be a main switchboard.
Yeah.
Some of them will have batteries.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
What about some sort of shade or roof? Is there any plans to do that with new chargers going in? 'Cause
Not at the moment.
yeah, because 35 degrees, it's pretty uncomfortable sometimes.
Yes.
And some people like sitting in their cars while they charge. So
Yeah, you'll just have
Yeah.
the air conditioner on, I suppose.
Yeah,
I think
because-
for in the future, depending on the site, if we build like a whole new site,
yeah,
there may be a consideration there for
sure.
a shelter.
All right, lovely to talk to you, Luke, and
No worries, man.
let's hope that free charging lasts a bit longer.
Yeah, I
I'm
know,
loving
eh?
it.
I know.
All the best.
Yep.
Okay, so that's the end of the show. So stopping at the Polestar car, which has got a nice tow bar on it. And my wife's favorite car. So that's the end of the Fully Charged show. So a lot of people and a lot of interest in EVs. Let's hope it continues. See you in the next video.